Yakuza 0 is my first experience with the Yakuza series at all, and I was honestly expecting a bit of a Japanese take on the open world crime type game, and there are quite a few things I found that were quite different, and I'm going to highlight a few of the things in my opening few hours with the game that really stood out to me. Now, the first thing definitely that stood out to me was just how much story there is. It's more of an JRPG than it is anything like Grand Theft Auto or Sleeping Dogs or any of those type of open world games. It's heavy on story and it's in Japanese, but the subtitles are there and it's very well localized in that sense, and it draws you in. Like, it's a story that so far that I've played really drew me in, and even though it seems quite cliche in some ways with the Yakuza, it does some things a bit different and it's really engaging, and that's one thing that I wasn't expecting the game to be. I was expecting the game to be just this weird amalgamation of ideas, which in some ways it is, but it is for the better for the most part. But this story definitely drew me in, and I played so far up until around chapter 6, which is all I can talk about now, and it hasn't gotten dull for me just yet. Another part of the game that I was really surprised by was just how many mini games. The first hour or two you're sort of funneled down and sort of introduction to the world, to the game, to the characters, but then after that you're given a few tasks and you can freely explore this area that isn't massive but it's dense, and on the map you can see every single thing that you can do and the different things you can do. And that is sort of one of the things that took me back, and I spent quite a bit of time already just exploring the area. Like, I went into shops to buy items for my inventory, and I have an inventory like a JRPG. But I went bowling, and I did karaoke, and I did so many more things than I was expecting to. I went and played like a baseball type thing and arcade games. I played Space Harrier, and there's just so much more to it, and well, from what I see there's so much more the further you get into the game. But from now what I played, there's a lot of things to keep you entertained if you don't want to just continue with the story. Another thing is the combat, that while it's quite button mashy, there's a bit more to it, but it feels really good, and I think that's the main thing. I think the thing about hack and slash games is it doesn't matter how basic it is or how sort of tedious it can get, as long as it feels really good. And if it feels really good, you forget about that tedium, and with Yakuza 0 that's something I definitely felt. So far I could switch between a few different styles that change things a little bit but not a lot with your meters, but at the same time it feels really good. It's fast, it's fluid, it's fun. I think that's probably the best way to describe the combat, is that it's fun, and actually that fun extends to pretty much every aspect of the game. And honestly, it's a decent looking game too. It's surprisingly well detailed. It's got a lot of personality. I think sort of the way the Yakuzas are built up is even these style icons, and these sort of, there's a lot of respect there, but it definitely feels like, not that it's romanticizing the Yakuza, but it's sort of building up to be different than just regular gangs. They don't kill civilians, and that's one of the big things that means a lot to them, that the Yakuza have their land and no other gangs thread upon it, and if they do they will be hurt. They don't kill. That's the big thing I've gotten from the story so far, is you do not kill, and you especially don't kill a civilian. And it's a bit of a different take when you play something like Grand Theft Auto. You don't give a crap who you kill, and that's probably the last time I will compare those two games, but it was something I was expecting going into it, and I was very pleasantly surprised by this game. First off, thanks for getting to the end of the video, but second, I want to be honest, I hate these outro things. They're annoying, where people plead to watch a video or like or subscribe, but actually if you do subscribe it does really help, and it's nice to have an outro video where it's a little bit different than just having it go blank. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, no, yeah, don't worry about it.